Oops, I'm off net. Yes, yes, let's go. Hit the Tyson bell. Up off net. What's up, my people? This is ShowBizz, little adult. All right, man, look at who we have here. Who do we have here? Carnay, what's going on with you? Carlos Mendoza, what's going on with you? Zay, oops. All right, man, look. First, I want to say this. I am still on 10. I am excited. Hit the Tyson bell. Let me get my mic right. I am excited. Best boxing channel on YouTube. Thank you so much. I'm losing my mind. The fight is signed. But I'm hearing a lot of things. So I'm going to let everybody come in. Everybody hit the like button. I'm hearing a lot of things. One of the things that I'm hearing is that Frank Warren and Bob aren't happy with Eddie Hearn releasing the information that the fight is signed. Okay, I'm hearing that. The fight is signed from all parties, but they all agreed to release it at the same time. I was under the impression that they did release the information at the same time. No, because I saw that ESPN did the story on it. I saw that DAZN did a story on it. I saw that, all these different sources did the story on it. And I'm thinking, okay, that means that they all did it together. No, Eddie Hearn, he jumped out to sea. Okay, so we got to talk about that. We also got to talk about Canelo Alvarez. Now, Canelo Alvarez, he said that he wanted Eddie Hearn to be his full-time promoter. Not only has Eddie Hearn put the deal together for him versus Billy Joe Saunders in May, I think it's May 8th. May 7th, May 8th. I think the fight's May 8th. They don't have a venue yet. We'll talk about that. But they're already negotiating a fight with Caleb Plant September. And Eddie Hearn and Canelo Alvarez are talking about putting together a fight in December. Hit the Tyson bell. You want to talk about looking ahead. That's looking ahead like a mofo. We also got to talk about the title. The big thing. Can this fight between Anthony H.A. Joshua versus Tyson Gypsy King Fury, can this fight be the richest fight in history? And I forget just boxing as well. Boxing has the richest fights. But UFC coming up. Khabib Nurmagomedov versus Conor McGregor. Big fight, right? We had the cross promote. We had boxing with UFC. You had Conor McGregor versus Mayweather. Big fight. Can this fight, my man said yes already. Can this fight be bigger than the biggest fight in history? Another fight of the century. I think that was billed the fight of the century. Manny Pacquiao versus Floyd Money Mayweather. Hit the Tyson bell. We'll talk about that. And if we can eventually get to David Benavidez and his performance against Ronald Ellis and how Charlo responded to that. We have some serious, Jamel Charlo going for undisputed this year. You got Josh Taylor Ramirez going for undisputed this year. This is the year of the undisputed. I had a few of you show business partners telling me that yesterday in my comments. Thanos, and that's the black two sugars. Everybody, if you can, hit the like button so we can get 200 people in here. Everybody, you got to hit the like button. I know it's very hard to remember. It's like my son, right? ShowBizz the kid. When he gets in the car, I often got to tell him seatbelt. Okay, it's every time. I'm like, every time I got to say seatbelt. Every time. Facts are in the bank. Hit the Tyson bell. I hope you guys love the podcast yesterday. Yesterday was amazing because if you guys were on yesterday, we all found out around the same time. Source after source after source. And I want to say this too. Many of those sources are giving me information now, information that you just can't really discuss. Okay. And I'm very good at that. One thing, if you are an up and coming boxing resource, okay, platform, if you got a YouTube channel, whatever it is, once you get big, this is what you're going to hear. not big. Once you get big enough, this is what you're going to hear. Blah, blah, blah. This is what's going on. But don't say anything yet. Don't say anything yet is like, let me see. Eddie is a proper new school promoter, putting fans first, and we're reaping the benefits. We're getting undisputed. Hit the Tyson Bell. Yeah, that's exactly my point, and we'll talk about that. Let me see what else you guys got. Best moment of podcast so far, 100%, because this fight is the best moment of the heavyweight division. I mean, you want to say Lennox Tyson, but we all knew Tyson was over it. Not too many people who actually knew boxing felt Tyson was going to beat Lennox. Man, this is one of those moments. I mean, heavyweight history, this is big. Are you doing podcasts every day? Love from Hungary. Yes, it's an everyday podcast. Hit the Tyson Bell. At 10 a.m. or somewhere around there, I try to. Layla, I know you are a UFC fan, Layla. Much love to you, the beautiful Layla. Listen here. You heard about Jorge Masvidal and Kamaru Usman. They have their fight April 25th. It was just announced, yesterday? Late yesterday? Hit the Tyson Bell. That's some big UFC news right there. We could talk about that too. What else we got? Fact. No, it's not, brother. Okay, we'll see. Biz, the beautiful best life. What's going on with you? We almost had 200 people. Everybody, please hit the like button last night. Right. Dana is not playing around this year, man. Yeah. And I hear that it's going to be a full capacity crowd in Jacksonville. Did you guys hear that it was going to be in Jacksonville? I think Jacksonville, full capacity. That lets you know what Bob Arum, Frank Warren, Eddie Hearn, what they're all discussing when it comes to the venue. That gives you some insight on what they're discussing when it comes to the venue for this fight for Undisputed. Tyson Gypsy King Fury and Anthony A.J. Joshua indirectly lets you know, wait, hold on. Especially with this news. Wait, we're talking about getting this venue together. Dana White for UFC 261, I think it is. Yeah, because 260 is Ortega. So, yeah, for Miocic and Ngannou, that's 260. So for UFC 261, you got a full capacity crowd. Dana White went there with it. Hit the Tyson Bell. We got to see what we can do about this venue. All right, Dana White is always the first over that hill. He jumps over that hill, man. I mean, look, the pandemic year, 2020, the worst year in the history of mankind, UFC didn't skip a beat. Hit the Tyson Bell. UFC and the WWE. Let's keep it real. Vince McMahon and Dana White, they got busy. They act like they just found a way, even before the NWA and whatever. They just found a way and didn't skip a beat. So Dana White's always the first over the hill. We got more than 100 people that likes in here. Please, everybody, hit the like button. March 24. Yeah, absolutely. WWE, that's like PDs. What's going on? You get pay-per-view. Yeah, that's WWF. You know the WWE. That's Vince McMahon, WWF. You remember Hulk Hogan and stuff like that? Yeah. WWE didn't skip a beat. Actually, Dana White talked to Vince McMahon about, can I get some advice? Because Vince could care less. I forget about wrestling. Oh, yeah. Usman versus Masvidal 2. Shevchenko. Yeah, that's my girl right there. Wally Thug Rose, that's my girl. I mean, what's that? 3 championship fights, and Uriah versus Whiteman is the card. That card is fantastic. Let's give it up to Dana White for always putting together great cards. We got over 200 people in here. Let's talk. Okay, so Eddie Hearn jumped out his seat, and he released, hey, all parties signed the fight. All parties signed the fight. Look. Now, it went like wildfire. You guys were here. I'm from my phone. Bip, bip, boom, 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 boom. Lighting up like the 4th of July. What? Really, it was a lot of relief for me because it lets me know that what I was hearing came true. It was true. When that happened, Frank Warren, he comes out his seat. Damn. Eddie didn't supposed to release that yet. He wasn't supposed to release that yet. We're supposed to do it together. Bob Arum, right? Damn, because it was Bob Arum telling Eddie Hearn the whole time. Shh, don't say anything. They know Eddie Hearn got a big mouth. Fast Eddie, too fast. Hit the Tyson bell. Jump the seat. Here's what I want to say about that. It's the truth that the fight is signed. That is the big moment for me. The fight is signed. Okay, so he told the truth too early. Let me tell you something. It wasn't too early. It was damn near too late. Hit the Tyson bell. It was almost too damn late. Fast Eddie knows exactly what's going on, bro. He got his ears to the streets. We almost ain't give a damn about the... Do you know how hard I had to keep this fight alive? At least for you guys on this platform. I was making videos getting less and less views, and I'm getting comments like, hey, man, talk to me when the contract signed. Yo, does AJ finish Fury if he hurts him like egg-shaped form? Go to busr.com/showbiz. Place a bet on your favorite fights. Yeah, we'll talk about how the fight should go. Thanks for the super chat. We'll talk about that. For real, that was me. People were losing interest. Look, Bob Arum, Frank Warren, everybody. Eddie Hart, y'all took too long. Y'all should have released it when it was signed on Saturday. Eddie Hearn was panicking Saturday night, Sunday. Wait, we signed it. We signed it. I guess I get in trouble. I get in trouble then. I remember being with my friend. I was like 9 years old. Hold on real quick. Sub ShowBizz, Fury versus AJ. More people than Pac Floyd. We're going to talk about that. We're going to get there. I'm not sure. I'm thinking it can be the richest fight in history, but we'll talk about that. I had a friend. We in class, okay? There was a bathroom period. Remember that? 4th grade, 3rd grade. I had a friend next to me. White kid, okay? That is significant because I went to an all-black and Mexican public school. White kid from the military. There's a bathroom time. He was like, I got to go to the bathroom. Mr. So-and-so, can I go to the bathroom? Yes. In 20 minutes. That's when the bathroom break. Man, that kid was like, hey, can I go to the bathroom? That dude said, yes. In about 17 minutes, that kid said, hey, I'm just going to have to get in trouble, bro. He stood up and walked right out the damn class. Hey, don't go anywhere, Chris. Chris, where you going? You got to wait for... He walked right down the hallway for the community. He came back 3 minutes later. Came back. I ain't missed anything, did I? I could have been... Did I miss anything? 3rd grade. No, you ain't missed nothing. Good. Come on, man. Come on, man. That was Eddie Hearn. Saturday. The fight sign. Sunday. Can I go yet? No. Monday. Hey, we signed the fight. I can't. I can't. Whatever. Whatever. Thank you, Eddie Hearn. Everybody, give a round of applause to Eddie Hearn. Because now we have something to be excited about. We have something to be, my man said, all man school. We have something to be excited about. Wherever in the world that fight going to happen, I'm going to see it in that magic box. Go Fury, hit the Tyson bell. So, ShowBizz, you fake, brother. Peace out. You not even real. You the real fake. Well, don't say peace out and be a coward. If I'm fake, just say why I'm fake. Be a man. Be a man. What am I fake about? I can talk to you about this. Be a man. That's what I say. Y'all don't look familiar to me anymore. You fake, brother. Ha ha. Laugh emoji. Ha ha. Peace out. That's like, what are you? A little baby? What are you? Be a guy. Talk. Can you kill this rumor for these Wilder fanboys that think that if a venue isn't named in 30 days, the fight is off? We could talk about that. Haters everywhere, Biz. He actually left. He's a coward. Yeah, cowards. I don't. This is. Here he is, right here. This is racism. Oh, you're race. Are you saying, Ronald, you can't talk in these codes, bro. You can't. This is racism. Are you saying you're racist? What's racism? No, I'm having a hard time. But I'll read what you say, Ronald. I'll read what you say. Talk to these fanboys about the venue. Yeah. Remind me to talk. I got to see what Ronald was talking about. Ban Ron. No, don't ban. What? No, this is the war room. We can't grow if we all see eye to eye. What we just talking amongst each other, seeing eye to eye? No, this is combat. This is a combat sport that we're talking about. I don't think I forgot. No, that's okay. PD is it's all good. Yeah, it's all good. Where are we at? Freedom of speech, 100%. Shoot the jab. This is right. He just okay. Then that's the problem with. That's why I don't have call-ins. Hey, have call-ins, be somebody come in. The racism, and then I can't. A champ like a son can only be eclipsed for a moment. Hit the Tyson Bale. Okay, so let's talk about the venue. Yeah, I think he just cowered out, or I don't know what was wrong. Oh, here he is. That white man played foul, and you going along with it. That white man played foul. All right, man. Let me go here with you, Ronald. Let me go here with you, Ronald. All right. Ronald Minor Jr. Listen, before we talk about the fact of me believing it or not, and Ronald, I am very sincere of me believing that he fouled or not. All right. Before we go there, what you just said, that white man played foul and you're going along with it. What we need as a black race, that mentality of being a victim, that white man played, brother, you got to be stronger than that, bro. You got to be stronger than that, brother. Because somebody is white doesn't make them more important than you, doesn't make them greater than you. And that's how you sound it. That white man got it. Tyson Fury. The white race isn't more important than the black race, right? No race, Chinese race, Mexican race, none of them are more superior than the black race. Call him Tyson Fury. Tyson Fury cheated. But don't turn it into a white-black thing, because that shows inferiority, an inferiority complex you have in your head. Brother, that is very important. Don't do that to yourself. Don't keep yourself down and put them above you. Don't put no race above you. Don't let the slave mentality dictate you. The Willie Lynch theory. Don't let that cradle you. And if I think that Tyson Fury won fair and square, it doesn't mean that I'm giving more I don't know, grace and giving more love to an entire race. I just think Fury didn't cheat, but it's not a race thing. Okay. Wilder is black when he wins. He black when he lose. He's great when he wins. He's great when he lose. All right. Now, when it comes to me thinking that Fury cheated or not, let me tell you a little story. Ronald, stay here, Ronald. Let me tell you a story. What I am is a guy that lives in things that are tangible. Okay. The same thing happens with Floyd Mayweather, Manny Pacquiao, Canelo Alvarez, anybody. All right. I believe in protocols. I do. I can't help it. I cannot just go off of feelings. It doesn't get you anywhere. I tried that before, and I found out that tangible things is the only things that can be measured. So when I see there's a protocol in place, Tyson Fury went through the protocol and did not get seen as a cheat. He passed the protocol before, during, and after the fight. Even if things look weird, I can't say he cheated, because now it's just feelings. It gets you nowhere, because guess what's going on now? No matter how you feel, Ronald, Tyson Fury is about to fight AJ for undisputed, brother. Listen. And Ronald is just a guy that is representing anyone who thinks like this. So all of you are Ronald. Listen to what I'm saying. Regardless if you think that I'm just going along with it doesn't matter. You haven't made a change to the outcome. Nobody has made a change to that outcome. They have moved on, and we're living in a world where Tyson Fury is taking on AJ for undisputed, if you like it or not. If you cry, if you whine, if you bitch and complain or not, guess what's going down? AJ is fighting Fury for undisputed. That was my point with Wilder. Wilder, either take Fury to court for attempted manslaughter. ShowBizz, a better way of boxing television. Yo, listen. Either take him for attempted murder and manslaughter, or shut the hell up and get busy so you can knock out Andy Ruiz on your way to undisputed your damn self. I don't cry about stuff. Joshua for me, but Tall, as I don't know if he can. Yeah, 100%. So listen to me, Ronald. Listen to me. The same thing happened to me a couple months ago. Let me tell you a story. I'm sorry for everybody who has to sit through this. Let me tell you a story. I was talking to a guy at a coffee shop, okay? He was a conservative. That guy told me that, it was last month. It was last month. That guy told me, I don't know who that dude in the office is, but Donald Trump is still president. I said, no, he's not. That guy said, oh, yes, he is. He was cheated. And I said, there's protocols in place. He has not been proven as cheated. And I'm going to tell you what I just watched. I just watched Joe Biden in that inauguration put his hand up and become president. So regardless of what you want or how you feel, Joe Biden is the president of the United States. You know what that guy called me? He called me, he said, you must be a Black Lives Matter racist. What did the fact that Joe Biden is president does not make, that makes me a Black Lives Matters racist? Number one, the two things don't even go, because I believe that Black lives do matter. If you believe that they doesn't, you're the racist. But with that said, because of the fact that Joe Biden is president, that's what you're doing, Ronald. That's what you're doing. ShowBizz, you're going along with it. Brother, you are too. Everybody got to. Tyson Fury is taking on AJ for undisputed, if you like it or not. It's over. Live in the world, bro. Live in the world. I don't control anything. I live in the world. Now, anything else you got to say? Anything else like you got? It's ridiculous. Now, when it comes to the venue, let's I think he's already dead, Biz. Yeah, murked. Now, let's talk about the venue. Actually, let's talk about the whole thing. So tired these Wilder fanboys got beat by a better fighter, and because he's not developed his skill set, He need to get better or get busy. Yeah, but no matter what, at the base of it is Tyson Fury is about to fight AJ for undisputed. There's no, okay. So can we talk boxing now? 100%. Let's talk boxing. So let's talk the contracts before, and that'll be a good segue getting into, is this fight going to be the biggest fight ever, the richest fight ever? Now listen, the fight is signed, okay? This is what I've read in the comments. The fight is signed. But I hear people say, how can a fight be signed without a venue or without a date? Let me help you out. Let me help you out. Here's Mike Coppinger. Matter of fact, let me revert this. Well, this was August 2020. Okay. Biz, you see Mayweather saying he'll work with AJ. I'm sure he would. He showed up at that fight with Pulev. I'm sure he would. So this is August 28th, before Deontay Wilder versus Tyson Fury 1. It says by Mike Coppinger, Deontay Wilder and Tyson Fury are going to vie for the lineal heavyweight championship later this year. And soon we'll know exactly when. They already signed for the fight. And soon we'll know when. Hold on, let me see. Much love to ShowBizz. If you had to prepare to fight Tyson Fury, what tactics do you think would be useful? I was talking about ducking and weaving and fighting on the inside, thinking that the 6'9", long arm Tyson Fury can't put the punches together in a dangerous way on the inside. So I would fight him on the inside. And I'll be scrappy. So let me read this part again. Hold on, give me a pause real quick. They agreed, Wilder and Fury. This is Wilder for all of the Wilder fans. So not Wilder fans, people who are, because I'm a Wilder fan, but people who are like insane Wilder fans, like strong, overly, like nothing else matters but Wilder. Those guys. So listen, the fight was signed between Wilder and Fury before a date, just like this. They also said, despite an ESPN report that cited a source in Fury's camp suggesting that the fight was in jeopardy, sources told that the ring that the fight is a full stream ahead and that it will take place either November 10th or November 17th. Once again, they didn't have a date. The official date announcement is expected by early next week or later. They didn't have a date. Listen, the heavyweight title tilt is expected to take place in Vegas, but Brooklyn Barclays Center is making a strong push to grab the rights to the fight, per a source. They didn't have a venue. So listen, when it came to the Wilder and Fury fight, that happened. If you don't know, Google it. Fury versus Wilder 1 happened. When it was signed, they did not have a venue or a date. They didn't have a venue or a date. So this fight being signed between Fury and Joshua without a venue or date is normal. It's normal. Okay? On top of that, Canelo Alvarez is fighting Billy Joe Saunders with a date of May 8th, but they don't have a venue yet. That happens, and I'll explain that to you. Heavyweight undisputed is great, but Wilder controversy makes the fight seem smaller. Portion of boxing fans aren't supporting the fight, which is bad for boxing. Well, Antonio, that's what they want to do. They want to foul it up, stink it up, because they're not panicking, but they are pouting. So they're trying to throw as much shit on it to see how much sticks, to dirty it up at least, and hopefully it doesn't look good, because so it goes in sections, okay? It goes in sections. It goes Fury should be fighting Wilder. No, it's Fury cheated. Wilder should have the rematch. Why? Fury always cheat. Well, but Wilder should have the rematch. Why? If you always cheat. Either way, Fury is running from Wilder. He wanted to fight. Okay, arbitration mediation is going to stop the fight with AJ and Fury. You know, it just keep going. They're not going to fight. Then a fight is signed. They're not really going to fight. Then they step in the ring. It's not going to be as big. And then the fight is over. See, it wasn't. It's nothing but throwing dirt. That's what happens when you're pouting. Okay, so that's what they're doing. So the fight's going to happen. Then after the fight, I told, hey, I'm not going to watch it. I'm going to boycott it. It's a folded arms approach the entire time. All right. So look, and that's fine. That's what they feel they have to do. That's just. So here's the thing. Canelo Alvarez and Billy Joe Saunders, they have a date, but not a venue. When it comes to contracts, okay, and people who are talking anything outside of this just never signed a contract before. They probably signed to have a job, but they never signed a contract when you have to negotiate. I've signed a few. I signed a contract with Hard Knock Nights Live. I signed a contract with BUSR.com. So I've signed contracts, and amongst a few others. Now, what happens with a contract is, KB, a new member, boy. What happens with a new contract, is y'all sign what y'all can agree on. All the contract is an agreement that is bind legally. So y'all signed what y'all can agree on. So AJ and Fury, when it comes to boxing, there's no template contract. For a contract to be a deal, you must have the venue and a date. No, you sign what you can. So when it comes to Fury and Joshua, they signed a contract that they will fight. Now, here's the thing. When y'all said, can the fight expire without a venue? Yes, it can. I'm not here to lie to you guys. I'm here to tell the truth. I know a lot of you are like, hey, this fight's going to happen no matter what. No, okay? The fight can fall apart. And the Wilder cult following would try to make sure it does. They are hoping and pray that it does. That's what you're seeing in the war room. Hope and prayer that it falls apart, because it's a crabs in a barrel mentality. If my King Wilder can't have the next fight, then I don't want anyone to do well. All right? So that's what they're hoping for. But yes, there's an opportunity that it falls apart. I'm a huge Wilder fan, but let me say this. I'm extremely excited for the fight because, like you said, my guy, I'm a bigger fan of boxing, 100%. Me too. That was a beautiful comment. Beautiful comment. Way to keep it real. 100%. The fight can fall apart. If all you Fury and AJ fans, you want to know how I know the fight can fall apart? Fanboys are bad for boxing. Casuals are greater than fanboys, 100%. Casuals are greater than fanboys, 100%. They just don't know better. Fanboys know better, and they're trying to ruin things. So look, or they try to manipulate reality. So look, the fight can fall apart. The reason why, if you don't know it can, let me give you proof. Tyson Fury, Wilder 3. The fight can't fall apart. Sure it can. Wilder Fury 3 was a contractual agreement. It was a contractual agreement. But it expired. AJ and Fury is a contractual agreement that can expire if they don't agree to everything. If they don't agree to the venue and date, there's a certain time. Now, it may be a year, but whatever it is, there is an expiration date. I don't know how long it is. None of us know. We don't have the contract. But there is an expiration date. Let's just be thankful these fighters fighting the best. Wilder, Fury, Joshua, Canelo, Triple G, Lopez, Loma, Spence, Crawford. Yeah, that's how I feel. The next boxing voice of YouTube TV. My man. So it can expire, okay? But let's break this down. they would not. This fight can be the richest fight in boxing history. They ain't got that type of time to play. That's why I am extremely confident that the fight is going to happen. They already signed the toughest part. The hardest part's been signed. The rest, right? It's even Fury Wilder. The hardest part was taken care of. That trilogy was signed. That's the hardest part. Now, let me tell you what happened. Okay, let me tell you what happened. Since we're talking contracts, let me tell you the real. They don't want it to happen. Bitter. No, Wilder fans don't want it to happen. But let me break it down. I've heard in my comments this morning. I read in my comments this morning. Somebody said, "ShowBizz, you're capping on this." Why am I capping? ESPN said the same thing. DAZN said the same thing. Fight Network said the same thing. Sky Sports says we're all reporting it. Why am I capping? But that's you're living in a bubble. Get out the bubble. Either way, because everybody has reported it. Get out the bubble. But either way, ShowBizz, you're capping. They said this a year ago. Why will you believe it now? How many of you believe that Tyson Fury and AJ said that the fight was signed a year ago? Thanos, black, two sugars? Before we talk about how rich this fight can be. How many of you guys believe that? Allegedly, stadium in Vegas, maybe. I heard Vegas too. Not me. I'm rocking with Fury, and I'm black. yeah. Him being white, no, that doesn't unite it. But hell no. What's good, Biz? No, I don't. Who? Right. They never mentioned it. They never said they signed a year ago. They said that they agreed to fight a year ago. All right. Black Suns World. What's going on with you, BK? Shout out. They agreed to fight a year ago. Hey, we're gonna make this fight happen. Why did it take a year? The funny thing is, and that's what I said to this guy in the comments. Hey, man, they agreed to fight. They have signed now. Why did it take so long? Wilder fans should know this. The mediation arbitration. All right. So while Fury was looking at AJ, here comes the mediation arbitration. And let me tell you how that panned out. How that worked, okay? The contract expired, all right? But Wilder still had an argument. Though the contract expired, Wilder still had an argument. Understand, they could have even handled it in the mediation, but Wilder jumped out his neck and said egg-shaped form. That rubbed everybody wrong. Tyson Fury said, "I'll never fight that guy," right? The fight, Wilder still had an argument to have the fight, though the contract expired. Why? Because of the pandemic. So though the contract expired in October, the pandemic was an unforeseen event. Just tragic situation that put pause on everything. And though Bob Arum said that he'd rather there be a crowd, nowhere in the contract does it say that there must be a crowd. No one could have foreseen the pandemic. They didn't write in the contract there must be a crowd. So Wilder, his argument, Team Wilder, their argument is no one saw the pandemic coming, so there shouldn't be an expiration. The expiration should be pushed out. But contractually, there's nothing in there that's saying in case of a pandemic. You feel what I'm saying? Hold on. Getting their news from haters and conspiracy theorists like Boxing Bruised Ego. They are rooting against heavyweight unification. That's terrible. I don't really say stuff about other channels, brother, but y'all can deal with that in the war room. So, okay, but they still had a conversation. The mediator, the third fight actually happening, would have taken place in a mediation. Could both parties, because a mediator does not make the ruling on a mediation. There's a mediator who expect both parties to come to a resolution. They didn't. And it didn't go to the courts because the courts take too long and it's too expensive. So they went to an arbitrator instead. The definition of an arbitrator, of arbitration, the definition of that is a financial resolution. That's when you knew the fight wasn't going to happen, that it was just going to be a payout. At that point, Wilder fanboys should have been like, okay, it's a payoff. Y'all should have just ate it and been like, man, I wish they would have fought, but fine. I'll rock with Wilder anyway. Wilder, who do you fight next? That's what a real man would do, okay? But people who cry and complain, they could not. And they try to redefine the word of arbitration. Arbitration is that's a payoff. That's you're coming to a financial resolution, which let me know that this fight between Fury and AJ must happen. Because if the arbitrator agrees with Wilder, he owes Wilder. Here's the funny thing. We don't know the resolution of the arbitration. They signed a gag order. So if there's anybody who says they know what's going on with the arbitration, they're either lying to you or they know the truth and they're snitching. Because when it comes to the arbitration, there's a gag. We don't know. The arbitration could be over and Wilder didn't get a dime. We don't know. Or when Wilder posted that Instagram shot or saying that he laying back and saying life is good, maybe he got paid that day. Or the arbitrator ruled in his favor that day. But that's all he said. We don't know. We don't know. Either way, Tyson Fury versus AJ signed. That's just the truth. If you are a fanboy of Tyson Fury, if you are a fanboy of AJ, if you are a fan of Deontay Wilder, that's the real world. Let's live in it and let's deal with it. OG boxing fans since 1950s. Great channel. Thank you so much, Edward. Edward, you feel what I'm saying, though, Edward? You feel what I'm saying? Let me tell you something. One way to your way. My man. Let me tell you something. We spent 40 minutes on this, but we'll do another 2-hour live stream. Let me tell you something, okay? Let me tell you something, like Jim Carrey. Let me tell you why I don't recognize these guys like Ronald, who jumped in the war room and just was sounding ridiculous. The reason why I don't recognize those guys is because I live in the real world. See, those are the type of guys that have negative $300 in their account and say, I'm balling. And it'd be like, but you're not. You have negative $300 in your account. Hey, if you're balling, buy those 3 boxes of cereal right there. Nope. Because you don't have money. No, because I don't want to. And you don't have money. I'm balling. See, that's what they live in, that pretend world. Me, if I got negative $300 in my account, I'm broke. And I need to do whatever it takes to make enough money to turn that negative into a surplus, bro. Let me see. What's up, my people? Hope all is well in the bank. My man, Jay Biden. Coming for next today. No, it's not coming for next, though. I'm going to tell you what it is. I want to fix all these people from being followers to leaders. All you show business partners in the community, y'all don't follow ShowBizz. Y'all choose to be here, jump in the war room, discuss, and move the hell on with your damn day. Hey, ShowBizz, what I do, bro? you ain't do nothing, man. You were just a lame. In the bank. But now you good now. But listen, Ronald. Not just Ronald. Now I'm talking to show business partners in the community. Y'all are leaders. And if you're not a leader, don't follow me. There's a million channels. Listen to what I have to say. Listen to the other channels. Look at the other source. Do that. Come up with your own conclusion and go on about your damn day. Okay? But don't go. That's why I'm so broke my fart ain't got a cent. Dog, that's the funniest thing I ever heard. Y'all want to know why I don't talk about the LDBC? What my man say? Boxing ego, counter punch. If I'm missing anybody, it's not because you're not important. You know, Dante's Boxing Nation. The reason why I don't talk about them is, what do I have against them? They have their own thing they're doing, and you have every right to listen to all of us. Come up with your own mind and go about your damn business. Yo, Biz, if the fight is in the States, you going? Yeah. Now, look, Now look, this fight could be the richest fight in here. It took me 50 minutes to get here. This fight can be the richest fight in history. Bruh, Biz, I think that's another Ronald. Oh, my bad. Ronald, love you, bro. Love you, bro. Love you, brother. My bad. And you know when you turn around and elbow somebody in the ear, like boom, they hold it like, oh, like your mama, like you turn, boom, oh, mama, hey, mama, mama, you take off your own belt, give it to her, like mama, I'm sorry. That's what I just did. Misfire. Ronald, my bad, baby, my bad. So Counterpunch is not LDBC. No, I didn't say he was. I was talking about just different. So I don't give a damn if you're LDBC, ABC, 1, 2, 3, bro. I'm not even talking about. I don't even care. I'm saying any source. I don't talk about any source. I don't care. I don't care. All right. So look. Let me tell you. When it comes to Floyd Mayweather versus Manny Pacquiao, all right? Here's the problem there. They were small. Go ahead. That sounds biased, doesn't it? Because I know that boxing is as big as the heavyweight division. Let me tell you something. Boxing will always be as big as the heavyweight division is the glamour division. If you don't have a great heavyweight champion, boxing is. The reason why I love this fight so much, outside of the fact that I love matchups, look, I loved Estrada versus Roman Gonzalez as much as this. If you want me to keep it a buck, okay, Teofimo Lopez versus Lomachenko, if you want me to keep it real. A possible Errol Spence versus Terrence Crawford. But I know that this fight means far more than all of them. I know that. I know boxing history. I know that a great heavyweight champion makes the sport big. I don't give a damn how big Floyd Mayweather, how big Manny Pacquiao is. I don't care. But the heavyweight, Muhammad Ali, okay, Mike Tyson, all right, Joe Louis, Jack Dempsey, Rocky Marciano, the big boys, Lennox Lewis, the big boys. All right. Evander the Real Deal Holyfield. Damn, all the way to AJ or Tyson Fury. The undisputed heavyweight champion dictates how big the sport is. So this is the most important thing for the sport in years, bro. Years. And you mean to tell me this community who has just dedicated ourselves to making boxing the #1 sport in the world, you don't think I'm happy as hell for this fight? You don't think I'll do whatever it takes to let the world know how great this fight is? When I say that this fight could be the richest fight in the history of the sport, I'm going to have something to do about it. In the bank. I'm going to have something to do with it. Because I know what it means, and I need the world to know what it means. I need the world to know what it means. And AJ, a damn good heavyweight, one of the best heavyweights we've seen in a long time. Tyson Fury, too. Tyson Fury and AJ are two of the most better heavyweights we've seen in a long time. And what makes them spectacles is the fact that both of those guys are so big. One is 6'9", the other one's 6'6". These are mega monster movie heavyweights. Pandemic won't allow this fight to be the richest. Can't justify jacking up the prices. Also, pay-per-view is a better model for this fight to make money, not DAZN. I don't know about the pay-per-view DAZN thing and the model. Could be. But you can actually do both. You can have it be DAZN and pay-per-view. This could be one of those change the game type of moments. You can have it be an ESPN pay-per-view and DAZN fight. And if you have a subscription to DAZN, you can watch it you could do a Sky Sports thing. Think about it. Remember when Andy Ruiz took on Anthony Joshua too? Sky Sports, they had their own thing. UK, let me know. DAZN wasn't in the UK from my understanding, but y'all still watched it, right? So you can kind of do a cross-platform thing. You can sign a deal where Top Rank pay-per-view for ESPN Plus got a thing, right? And then you have DAZN. And if you have a DAZN membership, you ain't pay nothing but $8.99 that month, $10 that month. You can do things, all right? So let's hold off there before we go crazy. 2, did you just hear, Eminem, when I said that UFC 261 is going to have a full capacity crowd in Jacksonville? By June or July, all of the states can be open. I know Texas is wide open, which is why they're looking at Dallas Stadium. I know Saudi Arabia is offering $70 million for each fighter. That's why I said this fight can possibly be the richest. They're offering $70 million for each fighter. You want to do the numbers? We can do the numbers, okay? Because I'm going to cover everything this fight. This fight is going to be huge. We can do the numbers. Floyd Money Mayweather got $180 million for that fight against, at the least. That's not I added in sponsor and pay-per-view money. That boy got off nice. Floyd Mayweather got $100 million baseline. Manny Pacquiao got $120 million baseline. Both of these guys, they're talking about they're going to end up with $200 million each. Not counting sponsorship. They're saying that these, not counting the money that they're going to get on their own, traveling, sponsors, all that, they're going to end up with $200 million each at least. Are you kidding me? Hold on. When the shorter fighter is 2 inches taller than Ivan Drago, it's King Kong versus Godzilla up here. 100%. Antonio had to delete. Thanks for the super chats. You feel what I'm saying? This fight can possibly be the richest fight in boxing history. In boxing history. Go to busr.com/showbiz. Place a bet on your favorite fights. The link is in the description box below. If you look at my thumbnail, look at it very closely. I'm curious to know how it would work in the UK because Fury is with BT Sport and Joshua is with Sky. Oh, okay, Sky Sports. Yeah, I always get that mixed up. So will they both do pay-per-view? I don't know. I really don't know. Once I get that information, I'll let you know. Okay. But if you look at my thumbnail, all right, nice, a Fire Marshal Bill impression. Yeah, you caught that? When you look at that thumbnail, I very carefully, and I'm going to be doing this consistently, I put Tyson Fury on the American side, and I put Anthony Joshua on the UK side. Because Tyson Fury, for the community, not to let the cat out the bag, but I watched Tyson Fury, ShowBizz, the next boxing voice of YouTube TV, my man. I watched Tyson Fury very carefully make himself the U.S. fighter. Because we got a lot of separation here in this fight that can make for big money. Big money. Okay? Hold on. Facts. You saw that Loco 323? Yep. You saw that, T? I listened to Tyson Fury say, I'm not fighting in the UK ever again. I'm fighting in the US. US got more money. I haven't even been in the UK. I've been living in Vegas. That wasn't strategy. That wasn't strategy. They're both from the UK, yes. He know he's going to get the UK love. But for this fight, division. Why do you think Wilder versus Fury is so dynamic? It always would be. They're so from two different sides of the world. That's what made the fight so amazing. They had two totally different personalities. That was crazy. And you had a slick fighter versus a puncher. This was wild. You had Fury and Wilder. That sounds way better than Fury and Joshua. Fury and Wilder. That was like crazy. Okay? They gotta kind of learn off of that. AJ, as this fight picks up and as they do the press conferences, AJ is going to be the UK guy. Mark my words. Tyson Fury is going to be the American guy. Let me tell you this too. But it all works out for Fury, and it all works out for the UK because everyone knows, just like Lennox Lewis, though Lennox Lewis migrated over to the States and became heavyweight over here, he was a UK guy. So Fury's going to take that belt back to the crib. All right. We all know that. This fight won't do $1 million in the US. With Jay! My man, ShowBizz. That's my guy. $100 super. Hey, brother, I want to be just like you when I grow up. $100 super chats. Jay! Pine oil. You'll be playing basketball in Pelican Bay when I get through with you. No, this guy is a total inspiration. All right, so listen. No, Jay is a total inspiration, bro. Let him get his stuff off. Like, the dude is amazing. Whatever he's doing, I need to get there. So listen. I watched Tyson Fury strategically make it. Let me tell you something else that you have to learn from Wilder versus Fury. Okay, Wilder versus Fury in 2020. All right, in 2020. When was Jim Jeffries versus Jack Johnson? 1904. When was Jack Johnson versus Jim Jeffries? I'm sorry. When was that? Long time ago. Wilder versus Fury proved that nothing changed when it came to diversity and splitting people up based on color. So what they have learned from that is that nothing changed. Bob Arum, he probably was a 20-year-old when Jim Jeffries fought. I'm sorry, Bob. I'm sorry, Bob. 1910. All right. I'm sorry, Bob. No, that was a low blow. You're an old man, and that's great. So listen. He knows nothing changed. You have the problem here, though, for them to sell it like that is you have blacks who don't think AJ, who can very quickly grab his lineage, his legacy, and go right to Nigeria. His parents are from the motherland. This guy is blacker than anybody, all right? As black as anybody. Willie, like I said, the Willie Lynch tactics really took hold on black Americans. AJ is right from Nigeria, directly from Nigeria, okay? In the bank. The problem is when it comes to dividing them on black and white, which makes for more money. It does. Racism makes for more money. That's why with all of this egg-shaped form and all of that, it really keeps it. If you want to talk about green, Bob Arum and them are like, whatever. Hey, please keep talking about egg-shaped form and talk about Tyson Fury as a cheat or whatever, because that's some money we can cash out on later. Don't think Tyson Fury versus Wilder 3 can't happen. Hey, y'all stay. He got a cult following, and they are full. The only black person ever is Wilder. So that's going to work for us later. We're going to cash in our black card later. So you know they make money off of it, okay? The problem here, AJ, it's going to be hard to have that black versus white thing with AJ. Yeah, just keep talking. It's going to be hard to do that with AJ because AJ is a real G. And real G's move in silence. AJ ain't talking like that. He did a Black Lives Matter thing. The whole world came together for the idea of Black Lives Matter. The whole world did. But that was a genuine moment for AJ. Other than that, he ain't going to do that to sell no fight. He's not going to be, to this day, and then make a shirt and make it a merch. He's not going to do that. Real G's moving silence like lasagna. AJ gonna, so it's going to be very hard to do that. All right. So Floyd was good for it. Oh, Pacquiao is a cheater. Floyd, brilliant. Pacquiao's a cheater. Steroids. I ain't gonna fight him. He's a cheater. Boom, boom, boom. You create that divide, and then you say, oh, everybody gives him all the love because I'm black. See, nobody want support a black athlete. Beautiful. Now you got this dynamic of peaking racists. Everybody angry. Boom. $410 million fight. So there's a few dynamics. There's a few dynamics that they're going to have to work on when it comes to Fury versus AJ to make this the biggest fight, the richest fight of all time. But Fury worked on it. When Fury created that divide and said, I'm not going back to the UK. I'm only fighting in the States. He made himself the bad guy. AJ won't make himself the bad guy whatsoever. He won't. He won't. Every fight needs a good and bad guy. You got to know who to root for. You got to know who to root for. Tyson Fury said, I'll do it. I've been drinking 12 pints a day. I'll do it. Now, I'm just rocking with my community. I'm just rocking with my people. Fury's the perfect villain. Oh, he's going to do a hell of a good job. For the casuals, Fury's going to do a beautiful job. Oh, this is going to be crazy. This is going to be crazy. And let me tell you what ShowBizz the adults going to do in this community. Do you know how many monster movie roars I'm going to put together to hype this fight? With there's going to be so many monster movie references to hype this fight. Y'all going to be tired of it. Like, y'all going to get it's going down. All right. So, let's go to this. Why do you say casuals, Biz? I say casuals because casuals is where the money is. Casuals where the money is. Okay? Casuals where the money is. It's hard to fool us that are not casuals. Let me tell you something. Let me run it by you. Okay? Us boxing pugilists, we're gonna watch Tyson Fury, AJ, no matter what. You don't have to sell us. I'm able to talk to y'all because I know y'all gonna watch it no matter what. I can release every bit of information on this fight. Hey, look. Hey, I think they're gonna play this. He's gonna play the bad guy. It doesn't matter to y'all. Y'all watching it because Fury is slick. AJ has developed a great jab. It's not. It has nothing. Y'all don't need a fight to be sold for y'all. Y'all, us pugilists, we watch the matchup anyway. I'm talking about the casuals. That's where the money is. There's more casuals than purists. Jay, Jay, that's $125 from Jay Brown today. I want to be like you, Biz. Boy, please. When I grow up, boy, please. Okay, thank you. That was a funny joke. Look at this emoji. I don't know you, but I heard about the good that you've done for your brother. That's awesome, bro. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. and that's real, Jay. Jay, that's real, brother. That was amazing. Because what Jay was saying was you're valuing me on how much money I make. Obviously, I make good money. Hey, bro, you donated your kidney to your brother. That was great. So, Jay on another. Jay, a real one. Champ. That was nice. 100%. So, do you guys want to talk about the matchup itself? We could talk about the matchup itself. And that's the black, two sugars. I thought Jay was going to tell a joke. That boy messed around and tug a heartstring. So look, let's talk about the matchup itself. How's Gracie? You just, hey brother, I haven't gone since I was slammed on my. I go tomorrow. Give me some days off because I didn't even go to the gym yesterday. I'm aching. All right. You should have seen when I was trying to make love to the wifey. She was like, look, just I'll do it. All right, my bad. My bad. My bad. My bad. All right, so look, been there plenty of times, brother. So look, best life. You feel me? So look. Um, oh my God. Everybody hit the like button. We got 300 likes and we got 600 people in here. You know what? Y'all gonna know who I am, bro. All right. I got a big mouth. Y'all gonna know who I am. All right. Regardless, all of my flaws and all. Okay. Like Beyonce, bro. My flaws and all. So look, happens to the best of us. There you go. There you go. Biz, don't forget AJ sold out in Madison Square Garden. Absolutely. Yeah. When I talked about, it's not like AJ didn't come over to the States and stuff. All right. So when it comes to the casuals, okay. When it comes to the casuals, what you're going to see in AJ is this, okay, as a casual fan. The casual's going to see in AJ, I'm a casual, and I even saw Fury mind games. Oh, well. A casual is like, hey, don't act like he's fooling us, bro. I get it. But anyway, they're going to see AJ, and they're going to see, oh, I remember him. He got knocked out by the little fat guy. But then he beat him the second time. I just saw Fury knock out Wilder. Okay. Fury is going to beat him. But as the promos go on, Fury is going to be talking that mess. Okay. And AJ is going to be looking more and more charming. And he's going to be the underdog. While I'm talking, he's going to be an underdog, and he's going to be the guy people root for. While I'm talking, the betting odds came out. You guys saw that? The betting odds came out. You guys saw the betting odds already? Was it on busr.com? Hold on. Hold on real quick. Here go the betting odds on Forbes right here. Open odds listed as a favorite, negative -190. He's almost a 2-1 favorite, implying that Gypsy King 65.5% probability of defeating his adversary, Joshua, at +165. I knew it. Fury is almost a 2-1 favorite. The betting odds already released. So they got Tyson Fury -190, Anthony Joshua +165 in the bank. Hey, if I were y'all, I go to busr.com. Go to busr.com/showbiz. I'll place a bet on the fight. And I would, because they're making the odds now. Or unless you want to wait or dictate the odds. I'm not sure what you guys want to do. If you see, you got to be careful, because if you wait for the training camp to happen, right? And they start, however the media kind of spins who's doing what is going to shape the odds. So that the odds may get closer and closer. You may want to do it now before it becomes a 50-50 fight. Biz, you've been able to bet on this in the UK for like a month, and they had the date for the 29th April. Oh, really? I didn't know that. Because we know it's a 2-fight deal. Throw money on the draw. Yeah, you may want to do something like that too. You know it's a 2-fight deal. I want to see them face off first. Okay. Fury by decision in the bank. Bet that. Biz equal top man, Diamond, Geezer. Respect to you, brother. Fury, unanimous decision. Well, with it being a 2-fight deal, it doesn't have to be a draw or a DQ. You're really gonna love the second fight, because think about it. There was a rematch clause for Andy Ruiz, AJ, right? Andy Ruiz knocked his ass out. Like, you could have AJ win the first fight, and it really it's a 2-fight deal no matter what. As long as it's not a one-sided fight. See, that's what happened with Wilder Fury. The first fight was a draw, and Fury actually dominated Wilder, but Wilder dropped him twice and closed the gap. So you had that, and then it's like, let me make sure I saw what I saw the second fight, and Fury dominated Wilder. So nobody really needed to see except Wilder fans. But casuals who makes up the money, they didn't need to see the third fight. They didn't give a damn. They were like, oh yeah, that Wilder is done. You feel what I'm saying? Though Wilder isn't done. But that's how casuals were feeling, and there was less and less money in that third fight. It was almost like, man, it's just less and less money in that third fight, bro. These boxing judges are filthy. I got to draw. Man, these boxing judges they've been killing us. They've been killing us. They've been killing the sport. When you can't trust the outcomes ever, that's a problem. That's a serious problem. Wilder is done. I don't think Wilder's done, though. How many of you guys believe that Wilder's done? I don't believe Wilder's done. I don't. I think you're going to see Wilder 2021. Somewhere around the middle end of 2021. Joshua by TKO round 10. Man, that'd be amazing, honestly. Nah, I don't think so. No judges, not me. Nah, Wilder is done. Bum. See, you a fanboy or a hater, something like that. You went too far. Well, let me tell you somebody who went too far. Okay, I'm gonna tell you something that cracked me up, but you went too far. I forgot who it was, but let me tell you something to one of my show business partners. One of my show business partners in a comment, okay, said Wilder fans are going to petition Wilder to become a ring girl for the fight. Let me tell you, first of all, that was hilarious. It cracked me the hell up. Second of all, you're an asshole. For saying that. You're a biased asshole. Whoever said that, know that I think you're a biased jerk asshole. At the same time, that was one of the funniest things I've ever read in my life. Can both be true? Can both be true? Okay? To say something like that, I don't think they're mutually exclusive. It was the funniest thing I ever heard. And two, you're a jerk. Okay? A jerk. All right. So let's talk about the matchup. Look. Hold on. Just glad to catch it live. You're the motivation out here. Uncle May, my man. Look. The fight seems, ShowBizz, a better way of boxing television. The fight feels like it's all about Fury. Let me explain. When it comes to the outcome of this fight, and we're going to talk about this until the fight happens. As of right now, I feel like the outcome of the fight is all resting on Fury. Either Tyson Fury is too damn good for the entire heavyweight division, or he's not as good as we thought he was. Because the heavyweight division stinks. It's one of the two. Okay? Because he beat Klitschko. But that fight wasn't that entertaining. He gave Klitschko a boxing lesson, but not much was going on there except for Tyson Fury easily being comfortable. All right? Wilder and Fury was his toughest go. That was the toughest go for Fury. Fury went on to dominate Wilder. So either Fury is a complete badass or he's not as good as we think he is. It's one of the two. It's it's not Fury's fault. Right. It's like Larry Holmes. Larry Holmes, nobody can touch him. It's not Larry Holmes' fault that he was training with Joe Frazier, sparring with Frazier, and sparring with Ali, and sparring with Ken Norton, and getting all this work in and became amazing. It's not Larry Holmes' fault. So either Fury is just really too much for everybody, or he's not as good as we think he is. That's really what it's about. Because AJ said something. And I said this yesterday. AJ said that I've had the fights. He ain't lying. AJ, a new member, boy. AJ said, I had the fights though, bro. I'm the more experienced fighter, period. If you think about it, AJ is the more experienced fighter. Can we keep it real there? Fury isn't more experienced than AJ. No way. No way. No way. Fury may be a better natural fighter than AJ. I agree. Fury's a better natural fighter. It's in his blood. Fury's a better natural fighter. AJ has been through more, but AJ is more experienced. Remember when I was talking about Muhammad Ali, that speech Muhammad Ali made when Muhammad Ali said, I'm so fast. Last night I hit the switch and I was in bed before the lights went dark. Before he made that statement, Muhammad Ali said, I'm bad. I got my jaw broken. I lost. I'm bad. I'm way better than that kid that fought Sonny Liston. I never lost before. I'm mean. I'm tough. I've wrestled with an alligator, right? That was part of what he said. I got my jaw broke. I lost. I'm mean. I'm tough. AJ has got his ass whooped. He's been rocked. He's been dropped. He's a bad boy. But on top of that, AJ has gotten the gold for his country. I tell you, done tussle with a bear. Done tussle the bear. That's right. All that stuff. AJ is more qualified than Tyson Fury to be undisputed champion. Fury's a better fighter. Fury's a better natural fighter. But AJ's more qualified. This is tough. This is really tough. This is really tough, man. It's a good fight. AJ is so mean. He make medicine sick. That's right. So mean, I make medicine sick. Facts. That's the black two sugars. Indeed. So when you think of the matchup, Fury wrestled a wild bear. BK is trolling and he's being a wild boar. My bad. He's trolling and he's being funny. Okay. He said that Fury wrestled a wild boar. All right. Don't let BK incite you Wilder fans in this war room right now, because he did that on purpose. All right. BK, you bogus. You bogus, bro. You bogus. Because he knows what that's going to incite. All right. BK doesn't care. He doesn't care because BK is going to troll, but he knows the fight is going to happen no matter how you feel. There's going to be a winner and a loser no matter how you feel. All right. BK. No, BK. No, BK. Nope. I'll see you, dog. I'll see you. Nah. So look. I'm the new boxing king. So pay-per-view, my guy. So look. When it comes to the matchup itself, if AJ is boxing Fury at all, he's going to get his ass whooped. And I'm going to say this. I said this 2.5-3 years ago when I first started my channel, that Fury was too good for Wilder, but Wilder had the eraser. And my problem with AJ was he didn't have an eraser. Fury is too good for AJ, bro. Hold on real quick. Wilder Fury, Will Fury versus AJ will be on the Zone or another network or pay-per-view. What do you think? I think a few. I think it's going to be a collaborative effort. I think it's going to be a few. I think it's going to be one of those things. The Zone with ESPN brings to you. I think it's going to be one of those. Also, Fury got one hell of a chin, and Hart and AJ's chin is questionable. Yeah. Do you think Fury will go back to Kronk style or stick and move ShowBizz? I think he's going to go to Kronk and stick and move. But Kronk style doesn't just mean walk you down. Kronk style is Hearns, is the G-Man, is Lennox Lewis, is Klitschko. You know, you're fighting from the outside with a Kronk style. But they knew, well, we just be big, walk down Fury and knock him out, right? I don't think they do that with AJ. If so, they're going to lose there. Look, AJ doesn't have an eraser, but what AJ has is almost more valuable, AJ can string his punches together. Deontay Wilder couldn't. Deontay Wilder got a measuring stick and a right hand. AJ got a variety of punches and can string them together. He's one hell of an athlete. And he got power in both hands. He got a crazy left hook. All right. AJ's also mean as a snake. So if you look at AJ against Dillian Murray, after AJ got rocked, he's mean as a snake, right? When he got dropped against Klitschko, and there was a moment when I thought AJ was going to quit. When he got up wobbly, it looked like there was a moment I thought he was going to quit. But he went on to knock Klitschko's block off. All right. Pulev in the bank. AJ could have. See, my thing with AJ is this. When you think of Joseph Parker and the second Andy Ruiz fight, I began to feel that AJ, if he knows he can box you from the outside and run away with the fight, he'll do so. You saw him do it with Joseph Parker, and you saw him do it with Andy Ruiz, the second fight. But what happened with Pulev was he could have done the same thing, but he put it all together and dribbled Pulev off the canvas. He's mean as a snake. Like I told you guys before, if AJ gets Tyson Fury in the trouble that Deontay Wilder had Tyson Fury in that second fight, AJ's going to finish his ass. And mark my words. Hey, look, if AJ gets that man against the ropes and knock him down and have him as hurt as Wilder did Fury, AJ's going to finish him. And you can put everything on it. Bet the bank on it. Put your house on it. If AJ hurts Tyson Fury, hurts him, he finishes him, bro. He finishes him. 100%. 100%. Because he's not going to go windmill and lose his mind. He's going to finish him. 100%. And Tyson Fury doesn't have the short arms that Andy Ruiz had to be able to trade with him on the inside and catch him. He does. His arm's too long. He ain't going to be able. You just don't have. That's just how it works. You can't. Yo, I'm going to tell you, bro. 100%. 100%. If AJ hurts him and they start and Tyson Fury got to punch his way out of it or try to slick his way out of it, AJ got the footwork to create the space and bam, throw an uppercut when he's trying to duck. AJ got the things. He has the things. He can string them together on the inside. He could create the space. And man, AJ will finish him. He'll finish him. He'll finish him. Bro, Tyson Fury knew when Wilder didn't have the poise, and Wilder should have knocked him out. When Fury, forget, oh, that was a long count or whatever. That means nothing. Fury got up and he was not there. If Wilder was patient, if he was patient, listen to Mark Breland, the greatest amateur fighter in U.S. history. Be patient, shoot the jab, and get, bam, one more right, he's gone. One more right hand, he's knocked out. There wouldn't even be no talk of Tyson Fury. If Wilder would have knocked out Tyson Fury that first fight, there'd be no Tyson Fury. Tyson Fury they wouldn't have had a rematch. Tyson Fury wouldn't be in high demand. Wilder would be the man. Wilder did the Wilder. He got wild. And once Fury was able to dodge this, dodge that, he got his head together. Like, this guy's, he could have finished me. He could have finished me. So, I think Fury is going to do everything necessary, okay, to keep AJ off balance. He's going to do everything with the footwork to keep AJ off balance. All right? A jab here, bam. You know, give the feints, like, you know how Roy Jones, Sugar Ray Leonard, Muhammad Ali, give the feints, you know, put your hands behind your back, make weird faces, just to give him something else to think about so he can move his feet where he wants them to be. Just an inch here, half an inch there. You look at him, you know what I mean? Put your arms out, stick your tongue out, anything to make AJ step forward, then he goes to the side, right? Bam. He's going to do those things. Boom, boom, do step forward, make AJ step back, or make AJ move his head, then he steps back. Bam, jab. You feel what I'm saying? He's going to be doing whatever he has to do to keep AJ in the position that he dictates. He's going to try to puppet master AJ. Bam, boom. Just keeping him where he wants him to be. And that's why I said, if y'all need to bring me to your camp, AJ, hey, send me a ticket. Send me a plane ticket and bring me to your camp. Look, have I ever been heavyweight champion before? No. Okay. My last fight that I've had sparring in a boxing ring, I got knocked flat unconscious. You still need me, baby. Let me tell you. Let me tell you. Let me tell you. And you want to know how I got knocked unconscious? By doing what I'm about to ask you to do. Put pressure on him. Put pressure on him. Hold on. I saw Leonard versus Hagler again. For old time's sake, Leonard was looking like, all right, man, look. Yeah, it was all. Put pressure on him. Yeah, Biz, keep it real. 100%. Oh, I'm not the baddest man on the planet. All right. Put pressure on him. All right. Get in there. I don't care what Fury is doing. I don't care what Fury is doing. He can do this all day. Get in there and don't look at his waist. Don't look at his face. Don't look at his chest. Don't look at his waist. Wherever his waist goes, you go. Bam. Boom, boom, bam. Right hand. Bam. I don't give a damn. I don't care. Boom, bam. Brother. Listen, AJ. Listen. Look at his waist and go. And go, bro. Go. Because Fury is going to run away with this fight if you allow him to do that. Don't box this guy. Don't box him. Fight him. Fight him. No, not a professional fight. I never had a professional fight. For real. Yo, go arms. I swear, Biz, you always getting stopped, man. Should have blamed the egg waste. You know what it is? I never talk about my victories because it's like what Brian Norman Jr. said. The losses is what stick in your head. Anytime you didn't do your best is what sticks in your head. I don't walk around talking about how much ass I whooped. It's kind of like it's just annoying. It just, you know what I mean? But you think about when it that's what you think about. That's what you think about. All right. And you're not insecure. Oh no, hell no. When you get punched in the face enough times, accidentally kicked in the cup, slammed on your neck, you know, where you have to say, hold on, a nosebleed by somebody's elbow because he's just too rough. You go running away. Your insecurity is gone. You start being in real life after a moment. Have you heard that Fury interview about sparring AJ? Yeah, but I forgot about it, and you guys had to remind me yesterday of what he said. How AJ was giving him trouble. AJ needs to fight like Sean Porter. Yo, be on him like glue. Be on him like glue. Like glue. Crazy glue. I'm talking about that glue that get on your fingers and you're like, God, and you can't wash it off, and all day you just keep doing this because you know what I'm saying? You feel it like, yeah, man, my fingers are numb. That type of glue. That crazy glue. That glue you can't even get the top off. Like, dog, why have glue so strong that I can't even open it? Try to put water on it, that glue. It's funny though, when you try to open it, your head move. You got to be on them like that. Lip tight glue. You got to be on them like that. You got to be on them like that. Yeah. Gorilla glue. Hey, and one time I got some Gorilla glue. It doesn't work better than crazy glue, bro. It doesn't. It doesn't, dog. I was like, Gorilla glue. That's the glue, right? Gorilla glue? Shit. I put that on the little action figure I had. That little arm slipped right off. Hold on. It was actually for my kid, ShowBizz, the kid. He was like 3 years old. Broke his toy. You're like, Dad. I was like, all right. Got Gorilla. We went to the store. Let me look around. Gorilla? Puh. I put that on there. That arm was arts and craft glue. Yeah. A lady put Gorilla glue on her hair. Oh my God. Yeah, I put crazy glue on it. That arm was right on there. But yeah. I thoroughly think that this fight could be the richest fight in history. So let's move on real quick. For everybody. I didn't get a question today, this morning, for advice, ShowBizz the advice. So I'm not going to have ShowBizz the advice later. But let's talk about this because we're like 30 minutes over. But it's great conversation. Let's talk about this. What time is it anyway? Because I got to go to the gym. Yeah, I can't miss today. Let's talk about this. Canelo Alvarez is talking about signing Eddie Hearn permanently as his promoter. What do you guys think about that? I feel strange about that. Canelo Alvarez talking about signing him permanently as his promoter. I'm feeling very strange about that, bro. Very strange. Okay. I was feeling real relieved when Canelo Alvarez was just promoting himself and free. You feel great? Well, the is great. Well, the great thing is Eddie Hearn has consistently said, I'm not the boss. I work for them. And I love that mentality. With that said, it's good. Okay. It must be good because Canelo Alvarez and Reynoso is like, let's go. My thing is this, though. The amount of times Canelo's talking about fighting, how can y'all be mad at Canelo? The guy is going to fight 3 more times this year. 3 more times. Who the hell do we think he is? Jake LaMotta? Okay. The guy is fighting 3 more times this year. You want to talk about looking past opponents? Who could he possibly fight in December? Canelo, I understand, becoming undisputed. He's talking about defending it by the end of the year, December. Who the hell is he going to fight? Boo Boo? I know Boo Boo has a fight against Liam Williams. I don't know if you guys heard about that. In the bank. My man, high low. He's going to fight Liam Williams? I mean, Boo Boo Andre? If Boo Boo Andre gets past Liam Williams? Or he's going to wait for Jamal Charlo? Is he going to wait for Jamal to, move up in a fight or two? David Benavidez? My thing is, hey, bro, yeah, let's talk about David Benavidez, man. All right? David Benavidez can't beat Canelo. I give Jamal Charlo a way better shot at Canelo than David Benavidez, bro. Can't beat him, dog. As long as you letting somebody of Ronald Ellis level hit you on the jaw that many times. Now, I do understand going for the kill, but it took you 11 rounds to do it anyway. All right. So the fact that it took him 11 rounds against Ronald Ellis, let me run this by you. If Canelo Alvarez fought Ronald Ellis, his name would be ran through the dirt. Okay. Number 2, if Ronald Ellis survived 11 rounds against Canelo to boot, Canelo would suck. People would literally say he sucks. All right. David Benavidez, that's why Jamal Charlo laughed. David Benavidez, hell of a fighter, but he's not grade A next level. No, not to me. Not yet. He's too young. Triple G is the fight. Triple G is the fight. Are you insulting Ellis, Biz? Say what you wanna. Do y'all insult Yildirim? I mean, it just is what it is. There are levels to this game. So Ellis, if you could call it insult or not, Ellis is a level lower, if not two. He's a Brandon Adams type of. He's levels lower. All right. Now, David Benavidez taking 11 rounds to stop Ronald Ellis. All right, and Ronald Ellis getting off on David Benavidez the way he was. I'm not excited about David Benavidez as far as going up against. Give me David Benavidez against somebody else. Yame Munguia or something. Give me David Benavidez against. Let me get David Benavidez against Caleb Plant or David Benavidez against Sweet Hands. I'm more excited about Sweet Hands than David Benavidez big time right now. Right now. Give me David Benavidez against I don't know, man. Boo Boo or whatever. Here's my thing. Yeah, Smith, Colin Smith. There you go. Perfect. Because here's my thing. How after Ronald Ellis versus David Benavidez, you will be more excited about David Benavidez than Billy Joe Saunders? Benavidez against Danny Jacobs. Yeah, there you go. But he hasn't had the fights. David Benavidez hasn't had the fights to just go from him and just think and say David versus Canelo. He hasn't had the fights, bro. He hasn't had the fights. And then it took him 11 rounds against Ronald Ellis. Bruh, it is what it is. It is what it is. There's no way you should be more excited about David Benavidez than Billy Joe Saunders versus Canelo at this moment. At least Billy Joe Saunders has some real ones. Wasn't he the first to beat Ryder, who beat Callum Smith, really? But they gave Callum Smith the victory? Lemieux and those boys? Yeah, I feel way better about Billy Joe. Now, Better BF. Who is Better BF fighting? A new network on the making. My man. Better BF is fighting Adam Deans. What? Jay! Canelo. I was born ready. Doesn't need a promoter. Yeah, I was feeling that way. Jay, I'm telling you. But I'm one of those guys who believes in just freedom. You know what I mean? But if Eddie Hearn could help him get the big fights, fine. But I'm just one of those guys who, if it benefits you, come on, Biz. What I say? Ryan Reynolds, what do you say? A plus B doesn't equal C. Teofimo struggled against Nakatani, but got a unanimous decision. Loma against Loma. So just because he struggles against Ellis doesn't mean he doesn't have a shot against Canelo, but Canelo still wins. Hey, brother, I understand, not a triangle theory, but that wasn't a good enough example, Ryan. Nakatani is a badass who is extremely tall and have huge levels of reasons why you would struggle with him. Ronald Ellis doesn't. Ronald Ellis doesn't have any advantages over Canelo Alvarez. Nakatani does. If you fight Nakatani and struggle, but if you fight the tall and bigger and rangier, great chin, good boxing ability, undefeated, good power, right, to dribble Felix Verdejo off the canvas. If you got that situation going on. You struggle with him, but you don't struggle with a smaller Lomachenko that came up a couple weight classes to fight you, who's older. Bro, that makes sense to me. I'm talking about Ronald Ellis and Canelo. There's nothing Ronald Ellis has that would give someone else more issues than what Canelo has. Just on a physical level, Nakatani can pose more problems for Teofimo Lopez than a Lomachenko. Styles make fights, yes. But what you're saying is different, okay? That's like saying, what you're saying is this. How about this? How about this? How about this? Let's say this is what you're saying. Let's say Errol Spence looks bad against Ivan Redkach. And after that, let's say Errol Spence ain't fight nobody. He ain't fight anyone. All right? He ain't fight anybody. He ain't fight Kell Brook. He ain't fight Sean Porter. He ain't fight any of those boys. And Errol Spence struggles with Ivan Redkach. Okay, he doesn't look good. Not struggle. Doesn't look good against Ivan Redkach. Why would someone continue to say he'll beat Terrence Bud Crawford? That's ridiculous. That's ridiculous. That's where I'm at. I think you're thinking far. You're thinking inappropriately here. In the bank. I feel Plant would have taken 12 rounds versus Ellis by looking at his last performance. Right. I think they both been fighting lesser opponents in the bank. Yeah. I wasn't impressed by Sweet Hands. His last fight against Caleb Truex. I wasn't impressed by that. All right. My thing is this though. Caleb Plant, what he demonstrated was you saw some things. Okay, he makes you miss. He has things like Billy Joe Saunders. I've seen Billy Joe Saunders look less impressive against guys. He makes the miss. What I'm saying is what I saw from David Benavidez was the lack of power to put Ronald Ellis away earlier. And I saw a guy who gets hit too much to beat a Canelo. See, Canelo's going to make you miss and hit you hard as hell. And David, we're talking about matchups. Caleb Plant makes you miss. Billy Joe makes you miss. David Benavidez makes sure you hit him. You got that against Canelo, who is whacking guys out because he hits just too damn hard. You got that against Canelo. Canelo's going to put you away. He's going to put you away. That's what I'm saying. When you talk about, like my man, when he brought up Styles to make fights, that's exactly what I'm saying. You looked at David's performance against Ronald Ellis and say, oh, you're getting hit that much by him? Canelo's going to put you away. You're not ready for Canelo yet. You're not ready for him yet. Love you like a play cousin, but you're not ready for him yet. That's what I'm saying. You got to study the fight. Look at the fight, my man. Watch it. Don't watch the highlights and don't hear what somebody else says. Use your own brain. Watch the fight. Hey, man, he got hit too many times. To think that he's going to, no. Benavidez beats Plant. I don't even know. Probably. I don't know. I don't know. I really don't. I would like to see that fight. I'm just saying David ain't ready for Canelo. That's all I'm saying. He ain't ready for Canelo. I haven't really said anything else. He ain't ready for Canelo. I like to see Jamal Charlo versus Canelo way before David Benavidez. After that performance, way before David Benavidez. This is what I'm getting from David. David doesn't have the resume, number one. Jamal does. David doesn't have the resume, number one. Number two, he was on booger sugar and he lost his belt on the scale. So we're dealing with an individual who he's not really ready to be a prize fighter. He needs to mature a little bit more, get a little bit better. But he has all the talent to be a prize fighter. He's just not quite ready. That's where we're looking at. That's what we're looking at. Big John said Canelo is ducking. He ain't ducking undisputed, baby. So whatever you're talking about, you're just talking trash. See, that goes to what I was saying before when I was talking about living in reality. I'm living in a world where Canelo is going for undisputed. That's the highest level of boxing in the weight division. If you fight for undisputed, that's the highest level. If you ain't fight for undisputed and you're trying to fight a David Benavidez who has no belts, and you try to fight another guy who has no belts, and you keep doing that, then that's ducking. But when you taking on Billy Joe, who has a belt, and you taking on Caleb Plant, who has a belt, now you're talking. That's becoming undisputed. You're living in a bizarro world, right? Where being a loser is a winner to you, and being a winner is a loser to you. You know what I mean? I'm talking about the real world. AJ versus Tyson Fury, undisputed. That's where boxing's at. Jermell Charlo going for undisputed this year. That's what's boxing. That's boxing. That's boxing. Why else do this? Why do this? Now, after you become undisputed, you have all the belts. You defend it against the number one contender. That's what you do. You get the belts first, become champion, and then you defend it against the number one contender. That's what you do. And that's the Black Two Sugars. Biz, David didn't rehydrate, still look good. That dude didn't look good, man. He didn't look good. He didn't look bad. He didn't look good. He didn't look good. I'm late to the party. Cobra Pulev, like this. He like what? Facts are in the bank. AJ has a glass chin. AJ doesn't have the best chin. No, he has a great chin, not the best chin. Right? You've seen AJ wobble a few times and carry through. That time against Andy Ruiz, he was just getting dribbled. So, yeah, that's a point. That's a point. I think Tyson Fury can knock out AJ. He's going to have to keep him down because AJ, we know he's going to get up and turn the fight around. So you know that about AJ. He perseveres. So it's kind of like Gotti. I've seen Gotti dropped a few times, but you know he's going to persevere. That's what you loved about Gotti. Canelo has style, defense, and power. Hard to beat. Yeah, he's right now. He's like the perfect fighter. Right now, it's like the perfect fighter. What else we got? I'm about to leave in a minute. AJ strong, but got a soft chin. Got a brick hard heart. But you know, we'll see how that plans out. You know what I mean? We'll see how that works. Kind of like Wilder, right? Wilder chin isn't the best, but he got a great heart. Wilder got heart. See, let me tell you, let me tell you something about Wilder, man. Let me tell you something about Wilder. Best chin in the world? No. All right, no. Okay, he's like AJ. Wilder, you'll rock him, hurt him, knock him all over the ring. He's like AJ. But my thing is, because you saw what Ortiz did, right? He's just all over the ring. Okay. I saw him rocked for a quick second against Brazil. I saw him rocked on a few occasions. And then he was stopped. He was dropped and stopped by Tyson Fury, right? Who's not known as a devastating puncher. So Wilder doesn't have the best chin in the world, but he has heart, right? Which is the reason why he fired Mark Breland. Whatever anyone says about egg-shaped form, and he pissed in my water, he pissed in my Pepsi and all that. The reason why he really did it is because Mark Breland stopped the fight and he'd rather die on his shield. That's Wilder. Wilder got heart. Okay. He didn't show much of it after the loss. He showed a lack of class, but he has heart in the ring. That's AJ. They're cut from the same cloth there. AJ, you could hurt him, wobble him, you know what I'm saying, drop him, but he's going to get up. And he'll fight to the bitter end. AJ would. He'll fight to the bitter end. He's still a warrior. Yeah, Tyson Fury will win. Man, it's going to be something. AJ's chin better than Fury's. I don't think so, man. I don't think so, man. I think AJ would have been pent on the canvas if he would have took the 1-2 or the 2-3 that Wilder gave Fury. I think AJ would have been pent to the brother, please. Fury may have a better chin, bro. He may have a better. I'll tell you this. Let me tell you something else about Fury and his perseverance. That cut against Otto Wallin, he persevered. You want to talk about, forget being rocked, okay? Tyson Fury, look, okay, when he was rocked against Wilder and he adjusted and start going towards Wilder after getting rocked to death, he went towards Wilder and rocked Wilder, that you don't, if you never fought, okay, if you never went up against something, you don't know what type of courage and balls and brain and collecting yourself and being patient. You don't know what that is. You can't measure it because you've never done it. So you have nothing to measure it with. But people who've done it, that was tremendous. Okay. When Tyson Fury was cut early against Otto Wallin, but then didn't fight on keep away, but stayed close. He understood staying close is going to keep his cuts from happening, and then beat him, outpointed him still to where you knew that he won the fight. He just had to not have his cut messed up even more. He had to do what it took in the ring to help stitch, keep his cut closed. That was, you want to talk about your heart racing. That right there was probably scarier than getting knocked down by Wilder. For real. That was probably scarier than getting knocked down by Wilder. Right. He got up. Cunningham did the same thing. Right. Which is why Cunningham he always hated Fury. Which is why Cunningham was hitting the bag and was screwing up with the glove and was really making it was embarrassing because he had the space missing at the top and you could see Fury's flesh in the loop. But when he did it, he tried to have him punch through the wrist, but you saw the fact that his fist wasn't high enough. It was like, oh my geez. But Cunningham always had a reason to hate Fury. He doesn't like Fury at all. He wanted a rematch and everything. No doubt Fury is a fighting man. Yeah. Fury's a fighting man. He's a fighting man for sure. So, I mean, when it comes to AJ and Fury, you're talking about two guys who has a ton of heart. Two guys who got a ton of heart. All right. It's going to be one hell of a fight. And I think, especially with our help, this can be the biggest, and I'm going to end it with this. This can be the richest, the biggest fight in boxing history. And we want it to be, right? We want it to be. Let me tell you why it's important. We got to push for this. Wilder fans, I know you're going to boycott. I'm talking about like not Wilder fans, but like the cult following Wilder fans, like Wilder's your king, those guys. You're going to boycott it, and that's fine. But boxing fans, AJ and Fury fans, I'm talking to y'all right now. Y'all guys, we got to make this fight one of the biggest fights anybody ever seen. And I'm going to do my best on this platform because I want to save boxing. Boxing, we got to have this fight is so important. It is the most important fight in all of the fighting game. This is for undisputed lineal heavyweight champion, okay? And the biggest fight in UK history and the first recorded boxing match ever was done in the UK. So it comes back home at this point. So with that said, we got to make this fight the biggest fight, at least right now, of today's era. And I'm talking about everywhere. UFC, boxing, kickboxing. This got to be the biggest fight because our goal here is to save the sport of boxing at least, and then grow the sport of boxing to be the number one sport in the world. ShowBizz for adult. Thank you guys for showing up, being patient, hanging around for these 2 hours. Tomorrow, a whole new podcast, whole new live stream. It may be shorter, maybe just an hour tomorrow, but I got a lot to talk about, and I will continue having news and everything on this fight. Man, you guys did fantastic. Jay, special thanks to you giving $150 today. That was amazing. ShowBizz, the next boxing voice of YouTube TV, high low, my man, and everybody who was at work. Hopefully I helped get you through your day. I'm out. I gotta go to the gym. I'm actually tired.